jousting was the state sport, and then there was the push to get duckpins as the state sport.
Right.
And I heard that you attended a lot of official hearings and provided testimony and things like that. Could you explain a little bit about that?
Yes, and I don't remember the year, so forgive me for that. But Stacy Carton was, I believe he was executive director of Congress at the time. And there was a lot of talk, we wanted to try to push to get duckpin bowling recognized as the Maryland state sport because it was officially born in Baltimore, Maryland. Okay, so it is technically a state sport. Whereas jousting is not a state sport. It was brought over from the mother country, England, when the English settlers came over and settled down in St. Mary's City and other parts of Maryland. So that's how jousting became the Maryland state sport. But our argument as duckpin bowlers were the fact that duckpins didn't come from another country. It came from this state. So we, myself, Toots Barger, Diane Sicca, and I think Jeff was involved in that as far as the bowlers went, the actual physical bowlers went. We did provide testimony before, I think it was a Senate hearing, down at the low level while you're trying to get the bill to be passed so it could, the petition to be passed so it could maybe be implemented as a bill. And we had petitions that we placed in the various bowling centers, and bowlers would sign them in favor of that. And I mean, we had stacks, literally stacks like this, of petitions that the duckpin bowlers, the sanctioned duckpin bowlers had signed as evidence to back up what we were there to present. And we had a lot of statistics and charts and things of that sort. And here we are, the duck pinners are on one side of the hearing room. You've got a panel sitting like in a horseshoe shape. And then over on the other side of the room, you have all these jousters. And they were literally in their jousting regalia, okay? And the grumbling and stuff, of course, we were very professional. We didn't get ugly, shall we say, like some of the jousting side did. But after we presented our testimony and all, one of the jousters actually came up and was talking with me and wanted to know where my costume was. And I said, we don't have a costume. We have a uniform. And we wear it on certain tournaments that would require us to wear our Pro Tour uniform, and on our Pro Tour stops as well. We don't wear our uniforms out in public on non-pro events. It would be like a baseball player, a professional baseball player, a professional football player walking around and not be in street clothes. They'd wear their uniforms. Duckpin bowlers don't do that. And they just sort of kind of didn't understand. But unfortunately, it got shot down. It didn't even get a chance to go before legislatures. I'm hoping that maybe it can be revisited at another time, because I think it's something that's important to do. Personally, that's my feeling. But those of us who testified, we got a commemorative duck pin with the emblem for the Maryland state sport that we were presenting, and I still have that on my bookshelf.
Wow.
So it was a very interesting event. It was very long and very grueling because you heard testimony from both sides, and it went well into the evening, like 6, 7 o'clock in the evening, and you had to take off work because it was an all-day thing.
Yeah.
But it was worth it. It was an experience, and unfortunately, sad to say, it never went very far. But I would like to see it revisited again. I think it would be a good thing to try.
I would imagine it's probably hard to unseat the sport that's already settled into that position. I don't know when jousting would have been implemented or instituted as the state sport, but if it had been in for a few years, I guess, yeah, it would have been tough to push it push it out, I would think.
It has been in for many years.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact length of time, but it's been a very long time. And I don't even know if there was a state sport prior to that. So, I don't know.
Okay.
Be a good history trivia question.
Yeah. Right.